Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and also welcome to the first ever episode of the Mario Month. Since Mario celebrates his 40th anniversary this July, all videos this month will be reviews of games that Mario featured in. We will take them chronologically step by step and review them all, or as many as we can. Since I already presented to you the original version of Donkey Kong, next game up the list, if we follow the timeline, is the original Mario Bros. The predecessor of Super Mario Bros., the game that changed it all for Nintendo. You may recognize a part of the plot from Super Mario Bros., where there were still enemies that, when killed, gave you points, and that was actually the idea of both of these games. Mario Bros. Was released as an arcade game like Donkey Kong back on the 14th of July 1983. Since there is no arcade emulator that I could find, I am playing the NES version. This game has been manufactured for a total of 13 consoles, in which only 3 were actually Nintendo's. I found like 4 versions for Atari consoles, I think, so there were plenty of producers who also wanted a version of Mario Bros. On their own consoles. Many data regarding this game's sales and stuff like that are very hard to find and require many hours of research because most information on the web is related to Super Mario Bros. I can confirm that the NES version only sold more than 2 million copies, with the game also selling more than 1.5 million copies on the Atari 2600. The plot for this actual game is set in New York City. It doesn't look like New York City, I know, but it's not at the surface. It's actually in New York City's sewage pipes. They apparently got filled with different strange creatures reported by the population. Mario and Luigi are two plumbers and have to take care of the creatures by killing them all. As far as I've understood, there are 35 stages with 4 levels each. But I might be mistaken, there might just be 35 stages overall. Anyways, there's plenty of levels to complete, and I'm too much of a noob to actually complete them all, let's be honest. Just as in Donkey Kong, you'll also get 3 lives in Mario Bros. Of course, if you lose a life, you'll be respawned at the particular level where you left over. And if you lose them all, again, you'll be taken back to the beginning of the game. In my opinion, this is just how all such games work at the time. The controls are pretty awkward, at least for me. I'm not sure whether this also happened on the NES and was just how the game was structured, or if it's just an emulator's malfunction. But I can't jump and then press the right arrow, and I still jump in a straight line, and if I want to reach another platform, that's not helpful at all. That means that all the jumps between platforms must be done while running, and I also have to take care not to be hit by creatures in the meantime. And when having to deal with all of this, it just gets more and more difficult. I previously mentioned that Luigi also features in this game, but you do not see him in the gameplay that I have in the background. That's because Luigi only featured for 2-player situations. You see, I think you noticed that at both the start of Donkey Kong and at the start of Mario Bros, you have 4 playing modes. 1-player modes A and B, and 2-player modes A and B. Luigi would be the character controlled by the second player in case one of these 2-player modes was chosen. The sound effects for this game are nothing special either. I dislike the lack of a background music during the stages, which I got used to by constantly playing its successor, Super Mario Bros., which had a special theme for um, every biome that you would play. All we have for this particular game are the sound effects for running, jumping, and scoring points. And it's the same sound all over again. It's not like you have a bell ringtone for when combos are made or for when you score multiple points at the same time for some reason. You just have the same beeping all over again, and it actually gets quite annoying at some point. As an overall opinion for this game, it was definitely the start of an era. I find it way worse than its successor, but for 1983, I believe this was quite a deal. You'd have bonus stages to increase the high score quickly by getting coins, and trying to beat your own high score over and over again wouldn't get that boring for a short period of time. And if this game wouldn't have existed, we wouldn't have all the other Mario Bros. That define Nintendo. I believe that the producers of Mario Bros. Continued the series just because of seeing how many million copies are sold and how many requests they would get regarding their games from other console producers like Atari, as I have mentioned earlier in this video. Anyways, thanks guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this first episode of the Mario month. Also, I hope that you will tune in for the next episodes of this series. And I'll come back in a few days to check one of the best games Nintendo has ever made.